You're acting like it's your first time. Jeez.
It's not my
Fuck it.
first time. I promise. I swear. I record lots of audio for lots of different reasons.
My voice memo.
My voice memo. All the brutal hentai voice acting I have to do.
Yeah. No, senpai. Ooh, yes, senpai.
Ooh, maybe, senpai.
Ooh. Perhaps, senpai.
I guess, senpai.
TTYL, senpai.
Thank God it's Friday, senpai.
I can't think of another one. Without it just sounding blatantly bad.
LOL, senpai.
LOL, senpai. LMFAO, senpai. Roar, senpai.
Rar, senpai.
XD.
X.
This is fucking gold. And action.
Lights, camera, action. See, we're missing the lights, we're missing the
Lights.
camera. But we do have the action.
Dude, do you remember that song? Lights back in the day? All of the lights. Turn up the
Yeah.
lights in here, baby.
It comes in my
It's-
head at least once a day.
Dude. Or, dude, you remember that one song where it's like, release your inhibition, feel the rain on your skin. No one else can feel it for you. No one else can let it in. Bro, that shit bust. Bro, that shit was banging back then. I fucking love that song, bro.
I was singing a song, what was it? I wish you would step back from that ledge.
That
my
ledge,
friend.
my friend.
I was singing that yesterday, all day yesterday. For some reason, it just like, it was on a TikTok or something, and it was just stuck in my head all day.
For some reason, when I'm driving, bro, and my car radio has a grounding issue right now with the wiring, so anytime it
Okay.
rains, like, my radio doesn't work.
Damn.
And yeah, dude, it sucks. And but randomly it'll just pop in my head, and I'll start off like quiet, you know, like John Jacob Jingleheimersman, his name is my name too. And like next thing you know, I'm like saying it out loud, bro. Yeah.
I'll do that sometimes with like a bunch of random shit. Like sometimes I have like a trillion thoughts going through my head every second of every day. And there will be times where I'll say these out loud. And it will be at the worst part. I can't give an example, but it would just be like, and I'll like say it out loud. Shiloh will be around and she'll be like, "What did you just say?" And I was like, I don't know.
Dude,
The context isn't
Yes.
there.
yeah. They get part of the story then.
Basically.
They said, "Fuck, I didn't see the first episode. What happened?"
Oh yeah, you're on episode like 39. You just got a little snippet of that, you know. There's a lot of world building that you missed, key plot points that are just like you have no context for.
Character development.
Character development. My brother died like 2 years ago. No, I'm just kidding. You don't know because it was in the other episode. Anyways, guys, hey, my name is Chase. Welcome to the Something Original podcast.
And I'm Gannon. Sorry, I didn't know if you were gonna say
No,
anything else.
yeah, no, it's I kind of fluffed it up, honestly. I fluffed up the intro. We've been doing this for like what, 40 something episodes, and I can't even get
Yeah.
the frickin' intro right.
I
Here,
think
let
it
me
was good.
let me start over. Welcome back, guys, to the Something Original podcast. My name is Chase.
Whoa, and I'm Gannon.
Hey, Gan! I just want to give us a quick little shout out here. We are on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and YouTube. That's right. Leave us a like, leave us a comment, subscribe if you like what you're hearing. But I also want to say, guys, we have the Patreon. Go give us a follow, subscribe. We have Gannon's book, Death Our Friend, on there, and we also have a new show, Next Caller. First episode is also up there. We're going to try to start getting more content on the Patreon for you guys, but stay tuned for that. Go give us a subscribe. It's only $5 a month.
Wait, did you say 5 smackaroonies?
I said like 10 smackaroonies because
No.
the equivalent, the equivalency of smackaroons and dollars, they don't equal up, because the dollar has more value. Buying power.
It does?
Yeah, the smackaroon, their economy kind of just dipped a little bit the past few years. So
I heard that, there's like no gold in the banks. Never mind. I'm just kidding.
why did we go off the gold standard for one? I just want to talk about that.
Yeah, we went off of something that could essentially run out, especially when it's being used as like people's plating on cars.
Exactly. Well, now I see. I kind of understood the gold standard. It was like we based our money against something, But now we've basically went away to nothing. Like we don't base our money on anything. And I understand like why we can't just print more money, but why don't we just print more money?
I think it's kind of fun in a way, We just like live in a made up world,
Yeah. No. This world.
It's like that.
No, go ahead. Sorry.
It's that part. It's like that part, It's like it's fucking fairy dust,
Yeah.
Fugazi. It doesn't even fucking exist.
What do you think the fakest part of life is?
The fakest part of life, dude. The fakest part of life, I think, is when we have this made up idealism in our head that we would take monetary value over human life.
Yeah. I love that, actually.
Because then it makes everything seem synthetic. When you've literally based all of your energy and everything you do in your life around a fucking piece of paper or fucking numbers on your fucking screen and your bank card. I know that's simplified and I know money helps, but if that is your only sole purpose in life, you're not fucking human.
Yeah, when, people are like, that's the big thing, the big conversation right now for like work in corporate America right now is like people want more free time. People want to, like, instead of working to live, people want to live, or no, it's like people are living to work, but yeah, I guess it's the same thing. Working to live.
No, we're working to live, right?
Yeah, basically. But
Yeah.
we don't ever work around life, or we live around our work. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it's like it's part of our like our personality in a way. It's so fucking weird, bizarre. If you look at it, it's so weird. Like people are like, how so what do you do, man? Like what are you about in life, man? You're like, oh, dude, I just fucking work on cars, dude.
Yeah.
I love cars, and you guys know this. I love cars, but it's like, okay. It's like, oh, dude, that's it. You don't like anything.
The worst part about all of it is like when you're meeting somebody and introducing yourself to a new person, their first question is, "What do you do?"
Yeah,
Like as a job. Like,
yeah.
what?
You should basically ask like, what like numbers are like who you are. You know what I mean? Like what numbers are you?
Yeah.
I'm number 733,000.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's it, dude. Yeah, hey, man, you're quite young on the spectrum, man. Weird.
Exactly. It's just like, well, I mean, we are basically numbers in the system,
Yeah,
Our our social security number. It's if you guys want to drop those in the comments below, that'd be great. But
yeah, we do TurboTax.
we can. Did you hear TurboTax is getting sued? Actually,
No.
What
Why?
do you mean no?
Because I did mine through TurboTax, bro.
Well, I did mine through TurboTax too, but TurboTax is shady as f, and this is why they claim to
scalp?
be. Huh?
They scalping?
No, I don't think they are. They're how they're always like free file for free today.
Yeah.
It's never free. So it's like false advertising, you know?
Mm.
So that's why they're getting sued. And we shouldn't have to pay to file our taxes. Anyways, if you make under like 70,000 a year, you should almost always be able to file your taxes for free, period.
Yeah, I agree.
No, that's like the law. Or it's not the law, but it's like it's
But I'm
just
saying,
the
like,
system in place, you know?
Yeah, but I'm saying, like, even for like people that like go to H&R and shit, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Yeah,
I
that
don't
also
know.
costs money too.
Right. That's what I'm saying. It's bro. It's like, I don't know. I don't wanna
We
get
got to
into
pay
that.
money to give money to the
Dude.
government. It's just, what the hell?
Yeah, it's so fucking weird, and it's like it's so like no one talks about it. It's just so normal. It's just so, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
especially like, I don't know. I mean, like,
It's-
even out when I was out in like out west, dude, people barely ever talk about this shit.
Nobody
life
talks
is so
about it?
weird. Not, I mean, like, I don't know, like Trey and Adrian, you know, like we get these kind of conversations all the time. You know what I'm saying?
It's like, I get why we need to pay taxes. Obviously, we live in a society. We need to uphold the infrastructure in society. And we need to give money to the less fortunate to just create safety nets, X, Y, and Z. But the thing is, almost half of all of our tax dollars goes to the military for defense, quote unquote. Which, I mean, who are we defending against when we're actively in other countries trying to destabilize the regions?
Well,
in these
I think
countries?
they do it like broad topic. I think they just do broad topic fucking military, so then they can just fucking throw all of our money to like other countries.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's what it is. They just, what did they do? They just gave like $600 million to like Saudi Arabia. We're not even homies with Saudi Arabia. What the hell is going on?
That's bro. People need to start asking fucking questions. People that have like placement to be at, especially asking these questions. Please, for the love of God, all of us, for everyone around us, please start asking questions.
Yeah.
Like, you know, I'm not no fucking, I don't got no fucking journalist pass, you know, fucking go up there and be like, hey man, what's up with this? You know, someone please.
It's just like,
I need a hero.
I think as Americans, we are extremely lazy in that aspect, you know? When we do see wrongdoing happening in our country or something that our country's doing, we might speak up about it here and there, you know? But then it's just like we're stuck in this routine where we are like, all right, you know, I used all my PTO. I have to, like, go back to work now. Because I need to work to get a paycheck just so I can survive. And if I don't decide to work, then I am behind on my bills and will fall out of the system and, like, honestly have a worse living experience.
Yeah. Dude, like, I don't know. It's like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I think it's all kind of backwards, man.
Well, that's because I mean we're at a point of like late stage capitalism, and it's gonna collapse one day. Like, that's just how it's going to be. That's what early predictions are saying. Capitalism's just gonna fall eventually, and it's gonna fall soon. Hopefully, I don't know, because it'll either fail slightly, gradually, and we can hopefully transition to a new system that benefits the people over corporations and the ultra wealthy, or it will crash significantly, terribly, extravagantly, you know, and it'll only hurt the people most vulnerable, which is like you and me and everybody else.
I just don't understand. I cannot fully fathom that mindset. Like, you have unlimited resources. You have a world where you see all kinds of pandemonium spread everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't want to change it at all.
No.
Like, even, like, when it was, Elon offered to do that, what was it? It was Water for Africa, wasn't it?
I thought it was just ending world hunger.
Or ending even better, right?
Even better, yeah.
Why? But then he's got to do like the follow-up question. Like, what did he ask for? Like the how much it would be?
Well, it was given. It was already said like it would cost $6 billion to end world hunger, which honestly is a small amount. I was thinking about that because we were news just came out today that Elon Musk just bought Twitter for $44 billion today, and
That's actually, bro. What? Oh my! I
And
didn't
he-
even put those two together. I didn't
Yeah.
even put those two together till right now. What the fuck, bro?
let me finish this thought. He bought Twitter for $44 billion. Didn't ask a question about it. He was like, "I'll buy it just for the memes, just for trolling." LOL. But he literally like tried to go through hoops on the like solving world hunger, like just literally giving $6 billion. That is nothing for Elon Musk. $6 billion. That's like what, like 2% of his wealth? I don't even know.
Pocket change.
Yeah, but he literally was like, I want a detailed list of how exactly $6 billion would end world hunger. But he's like, oh, let me buy Twitter because
It's be
why not?
That's so. Ew. Ewy. Ewy, 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 gross, double ewy.
It's terrible like world that we're living in.
That is like, and yeah, that's why it makes it feel fake.
Yeah,
It's
it
like-
does.
Like, you got these billionaires wearing fucking big ass cowboy hats flying themselves to the moon. What the fuck do you want me to think?
Yeah.
What do you want me to think? My guy.
So I also saw an interesting little factoid about this. What you remember what happened in the 1700s in France?
Yeah, America.
No. Yes, America
mate.
also happened, but what else was going on in the world? And especially in
1700s.
France. What was happening in France?
What was happening in France? There was like that overthrow with fucking what's their names where they were like, "Hey man, we're tired of all this bullshit." So then they cut their heads off.
Yeah, exactly.
Even farther fun factoid from you. Her Marietta, Ohio is named after that woman.
Really?
Yeah,
What
Marietta,
the fuck?
Ohio. Yeah,
Wait,
dude.
the bad person or the good person?
Which they liked her before everything went sideways.
Oh yeah.
They named-
Oh yeah.
yeah.
You're right.
Yeah, they named it, and then she got, like,
Yeah. The let them eat cake girl.
what?
Yeah, that's her. The let them eat cake.
What's that mean?
That just means like. So what was happening in France was the wealth inequality between the ultra wealthy and the lower tier people, where it was just it was exponentially different, So the wealthiest people had so much wealth, they had more wealth than any of the other people combined, basically. And what had followed up with that was France just revolted. The workers were like, we are dying. We don't have any money to pay for food, for living, for X, Y, and Z. So they were like, all right, let's just start chopping everybody's heads off. We'll take the money for ourselves. And the funny thing about that is the same wealth disparity, the same wealth inequality that happened in France in the 1700s is happening now in America. It's at the same level. It's actually even higher.
Everything needs fucking balance. This is like that. Like, people wonder why people get so fucking sick of things.
Yeah.
It's just like what do you expect? You got an entire nation that gets to their boiling point. It's almost like they want that shit to happen. It's
So
weird.
this is actually something I wanted to get into, since we're just going on a rant about just wealth inequality and just the failures of the world right now. Climate change. You heard about that, right, Gan?
Just a little bit. I'm just
Just a
kidding.
little-
Yeah.
Just a little bit, yeah. I think I've read that somewhere in a tweet. I don't know.
Yeah, just a little bit.
So I guess, there's a couple things that I wanted to talk about with climate change. Did you hear about the guy that set himself on fire on the Supreme Court steps, like this weekend?
Did not.
So this is, so
That's
if
a
you guys-
Japanese thing.
is it?
Yeah, that's like I saw that recently in a Japanese movie. Well, it's actually an American movie, but
Oh.
it takes place in Japan.
Oh.
That's a whole nother side tangent we can get back into because it's actually a really good movie.
What was it?
It was Tokyo. It was called Tokyo something. It was with Ansel Elgort, and I haven't seen anything with him in it. You know what I'm talking? Baby Driver, Fault in Our Stars.
Oh yeah,
That
yeah,
guy?
yeah.
So, like, I haven't seen him for a while, and I was like, dude, it was like on the front of HBO, and I was like, I'm gonna just check this out. Tell me why, bro. This man was speaking perfect Japanese, bro.
What the heck?
He
He's
was
like me.
like, dude, huh?
I'm learning Japanese right now, so it'll be like me.
Dude, yeah. That's sweet though. I saw that. That's sweet, bro.
Appreciate it, man.
That's so. Learning a second language is tedious.
It's
I
really,
think.
yeah. I mean, it's hard. It's got its challenges, obviously, with learning a new language. But I think learning a language for like just your first language is probably the hardest part. And then everything just kind of transitions. You can find like certain like things that are similar in some instances, but that's just kind of like how I'm doing it. Yeah. But Japanese is honestly a pretty easy language to learn. I'm sure it's going to get more difficult, but so far, like it's just remembering what characters are what and like what they mean. I'll throw this out there for all my Ohio peeps. Good morning in Japanese is Ohio.
Bro,
Ohio.
we've been around forever.
I know.
This is where Elden Ring takes place here. But the movie, he fucking was also like, yeah, he was writing in Japanese because what he was doing was trying to find a way to take down the Yakuza.
Yeah.
Dude, it was actually like I was like because he started off as a like an English what's the word I'm looking for? Where he's teaching English to Japanese people.
English like instructor?
Yeah. He was doing that at first. And at the same time he was learning Japanese. Like he was like, well, he already knew Japanese, but I don't know. It was crazy cuz pretty much like the whole movie he's speaking in Japanese.
Yeah.
And like he'll switch to English sometimes when like the other characters in the movie would speak English to him.
Mm-hmm.
But dude, it was pretty intense. I was like, this is like, and I feel like I didn't see nothing about it. But in that movie, one of the guys sets herself on fire, and there's also like an actual like historical. When did that happen? I feel like such an idiot. I don't remember that. But there was, like, a
Gandhi
monk
set himself on fire in
Was it-
protest.
It was Gandhi.
Yeah.
Like yeah, but they have. Wait, Gandhi wasn't Japanese though. I'm a
Yeah,
fucking
he's
idiot.
Indian.
Yeah. Who am I thinking of? There was another one.
I think you're thinking
I
of
don't know.
Gandhi. Gandhi was the most infamous one that set himself on fire, I think.
Infamous?
Infamous.
Was
Yeah.
Gandhi a bad dude?
Yeah, he kind of sucks, actually.
I didn't know this.
Yeah, he was kind of like he would like what did he fucking do? He was very racist. For one. He liked younger girls, like younger girls and stuff. I think he even slept with a few of them, but because he was Gandhi, it was just like, I guess.
Oh, like Rasputin.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Not nice, but nice.
Lots of like quotes that I've like looked up by this guy. Man, Gandhi.
Yeah.
That's fucked.
And he
Um,
the reason why he set himself on fire too was in protest of like Britain's
taxation without representation.
Basically. No, I mean, it was when Britain was like in control of India.
Yeah.
And it was during like the India war with Britain, and they like tried to get independence. And it was like they basically already, like, India had won. Like, Britain was just like, all right, you guys can have your independence. And then Gandhi set himself on fire like a couple weeks after. Like, they had already decided that they wanted to gain independence or give India independence. And he set himself on fire, like, for basically no reason.
What a silly guy.
Yeah.
What a silly racist guy.
Yeah.
Damn. Oh, how the turns have tabled. But Supreme Court.
Supreme Court. So
Yeah.
some guy from Colorado actually set himself on fire on the Supreme Court steps and died, like you would do if you set yourself on fire, you know? But this is the crazy thing. This isn't the first time this has happened this year.
Why don't we hear about it?
I don't know. But this one...
Or the Maxwell trial, side note.
Well, yeah. Is that still going on? I thought it ended.
See, that's what bro, I love Johnny Depp, but I feel like things are getting covered up. I love Johnny Depp to death. Amber Heard, leave him alone. But, dude, it seems kind of sus.
No, I do think there's a lot going on behind the scenes. There's another thing I wanted to talk about with the Supreme Court, which is actually why I think this guy did it. So this guy set himself on fire and killed himself in protest for climate change. Since we are just doing absolutely nothing, scientists are even like out protesting themselves, like locking themselves to like oil companies' doors so they couldn't get in, and they're just like, you can't keep doing this. We're all going to die, basically. But I guess a few weeks ago, the Supreme Court ruled to end like that Water Regulation Act, where companies were no longer allowed to be dumping chemicals and trash and pollution, just basically polluting the water. Like, this was ruled forever ago. They were like, okay, you guys can't do that. The Supreme Court, on a shadow document, ruled to allow companies to start dumping into water again. So there was no media coverage because it was on a shadow doc, so it didn't even get any attention at all. And it was ruled in 5-4 decision right before that new Supreme Court nominee was put through. So I don't know if that would have helped any, but it still went through. But
why does it exist? Why does a shadow doc exist?
That's what I'm saying. I didn't know that was a thing.
The own title for a document like that is so condescending to We Are the People.
Yeah. And for
what the fuck,
I think the current state of the Supreme Court actively goes against like American like rights, basically. Like, it goes against everything like what America used to stand for, in my opinion. It's no longer we the people, because I don't know if you know this, but like all of the newest like Supreme Court judges that have recently been added, they all come from this like Federalist Society, where it's like a ultra religious, super corporatized foundation that has their own sort of agenda, and it's all right there. Like the foundation exists. They basically lay out what they're trying to do, and it's just trying to make America like a white Christian nation again that obviously cooperates with corporate America. So that's why I think they ruled for that Water Regulation Act to end.
So strange.
It's so fucked up. But God, this is another thing I wanted to go in about climate change. I think the reason why a lot of stuff is getting covered up right now, and a lot of people, like a lot of world governments, especially our government, just doesn't give two fucks about climate change, is because of the possibility that if climate change was to get serious enough and, you know, basically crop failure, they're saying crop failure by 2030, massive crop failure by 2030. They're saying if like stuff like that starts to happen, it'll basically era in or usher in a era of fascism all over the globe. And so it'll basically mean that like every country will have to be like the citizens of their country will have to be dependent on the military. Immigration policies will get a lot more stricter. And obviously with food and water resources diminishing, they'll have to like, it'll basically become like an authoritarian rule all over the globe. And basically whoever has the strongest military at the end will be able to conquer everything else, because the dependency on everything will just be so like it'll just be there. So like militaries will just be like trying to get all these supplies from other countries.
Or we could just abolish government, start all of it over. Fuck all this fucking bullshit government we got. It's not even real. None of it's real. Get rid of it. All this idealism that that every single person on this earth hates another person on this earth. If we all just band together, get rid of this government we have in place, start anew, there's so much that could change. Just so much. Yeah. If there's corporations that would have a change of heart and would want to jump on board. So, like, if you look at the wealth, these big businesses, these big CEOs and shit that are making all these billions, that they almost them combined make more than like all of us.
Yeah.
Like everyone.
Mm-hmm.
So if we just like would work together, as humans do, socializing, working together. We all, like, if you think about it, at the beginning, we all started off as a bunch of fucking tribes.
Yeah.
Kind of crazy to think about. No matter what hemisphere of this fucking earth you came from, everything started from us, a group of people just trying to make it. And then next thing you know, it's formed into countries, and then people started getting fucking greedy and just wanted to fucking start killing everyone else.
Yeah.
It's just like, why? Why do that? That big tribe at the beginning, or that small tribe at the beginning? Fucking make it a tribe around the fucking world. Difference, then. That'd be a big difference. And it sounds insane to even talk about. It feels weird even saying it, because of how everything in the society is formed.
Yeah.
Sorry. End rant.
End rant. But yeah, I mean, I think that's the scariest thing in my opinion. Like climate change, yeah, it would suck, just having to go through like fire, tornadoes, no water, like obviously crop failure would just be devastating. But just like having to go through like a hyper militarized country, like because they're saying like if it would happen, there would be like you wouldn't be able to cross state lines at certain points, so it'd be kind of like COVID, but it would just be like both conservatives and like Democrats. I think they're both looking forward to this shit. I think they want this like crazy authoritarian rule over the entire country, because it would, for one, make sure they're safe, and it would enrich themselves, and they would make sure they have adequate supplies for them and their families, and just it would leave all of us out to dry, Right. I'm not looking forward to like the uprising, honestly, because it's gonna happen, we are gonna rise up, if and it will be inevitable.
You have to.
So let's start now. Let's try and start a movement to get our goddamn government, the people who represent us, we the people, let's start to make them do something. Right. Anything to help the impending situation, It's going to happen. Scientists have been studying it for hundreds of years by now. Corporations have been steadily but effectively stopping any progress that science is making. They've lobbied government to be like, it's not a real thing, and that's what the government will regurgitate, But now it's just too common. Now it's actually affecting other parts of the world. So they can't say anything now. They're like, yeah, it's happening. We promise to hit net zero by 2050 when that it won't even fucking matter, you know?
It just makes you like, if you just look at all of it, the whole enchilada, you know?
Mm-hmm. I love enchiladas.
It just, me too. I love them. Eat them up. But it's just like, I just don't understand how we have a play-by-play of the Johnny Depp case.
Exactly.
A play-by-play. Literally, you can watch pretty much the whole fucking thing on Facebook.
Yeah.
Or Instagram or fucking everywhere you go. You know what I mean? And that's what I said. I love Johnny Depp. He's in like my top 10 favorite actors of all time. I love Johnny Depp. And I think, you know, what's happening is terrible. Yeah. But the fact that the entire world is obsessing over it, just shows, like, you know what I mean? It's like moths to like a fucking zapper, you know, kind of shit. Mm-hmm. I don't know. That's just how I'm feeling, because it's just like, because even before this, and it's like so periodic that, you know, things are like coming out, and like Will Smith fucking smacking Chris Rock, that's still on there. There's memes I see today, you know, and it's like, okay.
But we don't talk about like the real shit, like the Maxwell trial that absolutely should have been televised, and it should have been there. Like, people should have heard about it. We
should have got a play-by-play.
The Twitter accounts that were actually doing the play-by-plays, they got taken down by Twitter.
I also have a theory with that.
Okay, let's hear it.
Jeffrey Epstein is still alive.
100%. I think that's just common knowledge.
You know what I mean? Because the suicide, because we think of things like it's just like a either or, right? He actually killed himself from guilt.
Yeah.
Or it was an inside job.
Yeah.
But I think if you take it a little farther, they even put that thought of an inside job in there to throw you off that he's actually still alive. Because all of his buddies want to make sure someone like that's okay. Mm-hmm. I don't know.
Well, they just don't, because it's like almost every single powerful person went to one guy to get his child sex toys, you know. That is sickening, for one. That's the most like heartbreaking thing ever. And it almost like it's every single major political figure, every single major like leader in the world had some weird involvement with this guy. Elon Musk, even he has a picture with fucking Ghislaine Maxwell.
And then I think even farther, what if this Jeffrey Epstein guy is in something even deeper?
Like what?
I don't know. Something like, I don't know, very dark.
Well, I think.
Don't know.
Well, his island, what is it? Little Boy Island, or whatever the fuck.
Yeah. Something.
I don't mean to make a joke about it, but there's like still people working on that island. Like, there's people still there, like doing maintenance, quote unquote. Like, that's a little sus. Like, this guy just went to jail. You know what he was doing on this island. Why the fuck are you still here doing work on the island?
Because people are weird, Case. Dude, the thing, like, because you know how, he almost seems like some kind of blackmail tool. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Because it seems like by the day, we're finding out more celebrities, more political figures, more power heads are seen with this motherfucker, dude. Different pictures come up all the time, of even paintings. Mm-hmm. And it makes you think, like, if they slip up for the dark organizations, then I feel even fucking sus even trying to explain this, because I don't know. I don't want to end up like the guy that was trying to switch to water powered cars, if you know what I'm saying.
No.
But it just seems sus, is what I'm going to say. All of it seems sus. Take everything into account if you're into that kind of shit, and then put it together. And then tell me what you think, because I just feel like there's more. Because if he's dead, or if he's hit by the CIA or whoever, probably not even CIA, they just put their own acronym on it. And then, what was I saying? And then there's a part that he's still alive, which then, I don't know, I'm kind of like rambling because I'm like at the same time anxious because I don't
There's
know.
going to be a knock on your door any second now.
Yeah, because dude, I'm a nutcase, so that helps out. So they probably just think I'm fucking crazy.
Yeah, if
I mean,
they
a lot of
ever
people
off
do.
you, they'll be like, the demons were talking to him. He told us in the letters. He even said it on the podcast. No, I'm just kidding.
Essentially, but it just makes you. I don't know. These are the things I just like think about, like if my car radio's not working, Literally, like I'll just randomly start thinking about it. I'm like, why? I question existence probably about 10 times a day. What's going on? Why is this happening?
Well, let's. I kind of want to talk about that a little more because you said like they kind of left in the fact of an inside job being a possibility, but it was like it can't actually happen. Whatever. I think the fact that this guy tried to kill himself a couple days before he succeeded, quote unquote. The fact that he, for one, he was on suicide watch, but was taken off like a day later. That never should happen, for one. Two, the cameras just conveniently stopped working the day he killed himself. And both bodyguards supposed to be watching him were asleep. They just were asleep, And the guy...
First of all, if it's anything like the military, you wouldn't be sleeping if you were supposed to be watching that kind of motherfucker.
Yeah, it's one of the biggest maximum security prison facilities in New York that was watching him. That, I mean, especially with a high profile guy like Jeffrey Epstein, he absolutely should have been watched 24/7 without the suicide watch shit,
And even if they are slackers, and there's two of them on watch, even if they are slackers, one takes watch while the other one sleeps. Everyone knows that. So what the fuck? That's all. It's all in. They're all in. Fuck it. Come for me, boys.
And
bring it.
And the fact that the Department of Justice, the current head of the Department of Justice, Anthony Barr, in the Trump administration, he had ties with Epstein, just like Donald Trump did also. He was very close with the family of Epstein. And he was like, yeah, we'll investigate it. This is a very serious thing. It's basically like saying we investigated ourselves and didn't find any wrongdoing. You know what I'm saying?
That's what they said?
Yeah, that's what they said. They investigated it, but they claimed it was still like a suicide. But the director of the Department of Justice at the time had ties to Jeffrey Epstein.
I know it would seem kind of backwards, but they should have his what's the word I'm looking for? It's right there on the edge of my tongue. His autopsy. His autopsy. That should be a thing. I know that seems kind of sick and backwards, but dude, have his autopsy as like a public.
They showed his autopsy.
And what is? And I don't know. I need more proof, bro.
No, well, this is the thing. His autopsy was even super sus too. Like, they had like two doctors say that there's no way, because the way they say he killed himself was like he tied like pillowcases around the bed and like he choked himself. He hung himself from a bunk bed that isn't high enough for one to effectively like hang yourself from. Two, he broke a bone in his neck that almost never gets broken if you're hanging yourself. It's only ever if you're being strangled he broke a bone that is more common in like strangulation cases and not like hanging cases. It can still happen, but it's super rare. 2 doctors said like this wasn't a normal case of like hanging. It was more of like a strangulation. And both of those 2 doctors, they threw those like testimonies out. And they brought in a 3rd doctor that was like, yeah, he hung himself, and they went with that one.
Of course.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. It's just, what the hell? What is going on?
Man.
There's so many just dark entities like running our whole entire world, and we just don't have the power. We're just not in positions of power to like do anything effectively, except for like tearing the entire system down. But as a result of that, it's like a lose-lose situation for us. If we do the most radical thing, but probably the most effective thing, we will usher in an era of like chaos almost, because we're dismantling a system that it doesn't work, it's not effective, and it's incredibly corrupt. But at the same time, there's so many of those systems in place that do help people. It will inevitably cause harm to certain people. But at the end of the day, it might usher in a new era of better, more community-wise system. I don't know.
For my fellow Tarnished, what ending do you want?
Basically, do you want the super hard ending where you have to fight like 900 of the world's hardest bosses, or do you want the default ending where you just kind of coast through a system of like never-ending wage slavery? Dystopia, exactly. Those are your 2 options.
Yeah, there's no Bloodlord in this world.
Not yet.
I mean, this probably is in some place hidden into a top secret base somewhere. But
well, Jeffrey Epstein was a vampire. Did you not know that?
How so?
I'm just kidding.
I was gonna say, how fucking so?
It's like, yeah, have you not known there's vampires?
Like
they announced that last year.
They wouldn't pick somebody like that.
What do you mean? I don't think you get picked.
Like, like if you're a vampire, like I feel like if it's like a royal vampire, they wouldn't be like, come on. They'd be like, that filth? Ugh, I'm good.
Nah, he's rich and famous. He probably didn't look... he was a scumbag to us, but in the world, the higher up world, he was looked on like a fucking royalty, you know?
Ew.
Ew. Exactly. It's just so crazy, man. Ugh. I don't even want to think about it, honestly. Didn't you have a topic that you wanted to talk about?
Yes. And actually, it's a more cheery American background. So, it's kind of personal. Like, so my therapist, brought up this topic talking about Ulysses S. Grant, and it was in relations to like grief. But so Ulysses S. Grant, or I'm gonna just call him old US. So back in the day, everyone depicts him as like a fucking cowboy, right? And when I hear U.S. Grant, that's what I think of, and that's why I was like, oh hell yeah, let's talk about U.S. Grant. I'm fucking down, you know. Little did I know that was a trap talking about grief. I'm just kidding. It's not a trap. It's actually kind of like it was good, and but so U.S. Grant is always depicted as this cowboy, but so in one of these battles where it lasted 3 days, I think it was somewhere in Tennessee, and he was cutting off the trade to the south like a fucking man, like a patriot, right? Making sure that they can't keep doing all this fucking evil. And the reason why he drank continuously was to cope. It was he literally writes this all down in his journal. It was to cope with the pain that he felt on a daily basis from not just the death or the law, like not from just the death or the blood or the gore of the Civil War, but the fact that he wasn't able to save his men. He writes down in his first he writes down at one that after this, which I thought was kind of poetic. He sat down under this tree after like all you hear in the background is like the screams of like your fallen comrades, and he became numb. And usually after every battle they said that he would go to his tent and cry from the loss, and then he'd usually pass out, come out the next day like nothing happened. And after this, he didn't go back to his tent, he didn't drink, he didn't cry, he sat down under this tree, and it started to rain, and he wrote down in his journal, he's like, "For I have no tears left, so God must cry for me." Like, bro, I paraphrase it, but bro,
Yeah.
like, I don't know. And it's like, for some reason that like, I don't like I always depicted him as just like this macho dude, you know.
Yeah.
But no, dude, I don't know. I just thought that was interesting. I think like having that angle to a lot of like men of history would help with like mental illness nowadays, because I feel like a lot of people hold it in. I mean, I feel like a lot of people in general hold it in, and I'm not just saying just men, but I'm saying in general. But I don't know. I feel like with toxic masculinity, I feel like a lot of it would be obliterated if we would look at it like this. Does that make sense? Am I making any sense with any of this?
No, yeah, exactly. You're saying like Ulysses S. Grant, one of the presidents of this country, he fought in the Civil War as well. He was more in like basic terms just looked as like this war hero in the Civil War who helped free the slaves. And he was just macho cowboy who was able to do that, and like he was just a badass during the whole time. But he obviously had like a lot of other issues going on in the background. Like he described how he was going through like grief and pain, and he had like coping mechanisms, and that led him to like alcoholism and X, Y, and Z, And what you were also talking about, how like toxic masculinity is such a prominent part in history and like our current modern day society. It's a negative effect not only on like the rest of society and all other genders, but it's a negative effect on men as well, because we're taught from a young age as boys is that men don't cry, boys don't cry.
There's a song about it.
Exactly.
Boys,
you want to sing?
don't cry. Yeah.
I knew you were gonna start singing. But
yeah. No, dude, I did mean to break. That's such a good song. But
no, yeah, you're good.
yeah. No, dude. Yeah, that's exactly what I was trying to say. I'm glad. Okay, so I'm glad it made sense, because I felt like I was just going ping pong in my brain. It was just doop a doop a doop,
But there's a statistic that I want to also bring up. It was like, what is it? Like 90% of all suicides come from men.
Yep.
Did you know that?
Yeah. And I think it could tie with Jim Carrey says like depression. How do you? He was talking about it like it was some kind of mask. Like you are constantly putting on this face, this facade that you're like somebody, and like the depression sets in with toxic masculinity, things like that, and then it brings men to that point where they're like, I don't know who the fuck I am. I don't know what the fuck I want. I don't know what to do with all these emotions. Like, where can I throw them? I don't want to hurt people. Like, I just want, these kind of things. And I feel like it could be evaporated if we were just real with ourselves and be like, boys do cry. Okay? They do. It happens.
Yeah, you know what? We're humans.
Right. We're not robots.
We're not robots. We have emotions, just because, like, I just never even, like, I guess, like, I know where, like, toxic masculinity came from, but it's just, like, how have we gotten to a point where, like, men are no longer the heads of households, now? It's not, like, just a common thing. Men don't dominate the workforce anymore. Men aren't you know, like the only ones that can do like these manly things, quote unquote, that are, you know, traditionally done by men anymore. It's everybody, you know. Gender is a fluid, it's a spectrum, you know. It's ever changing. And and the fact that we still keep these like whack ass traditions, we have this whack ass mindset of just like men need to be men. Like, what define like a man? A man is just like, yeah, it's a sex basically.
Yeah.
But
a male
men
adult.
can yeah, you know, just usually somebody who's born with a penis. But I mean, that's even changed as time has gone on too. Like scientists have realized that there are like 7 different sexes now. There are 100 different genders, 7 different sexes. Did you know that? Actually, I learned about that the other day.
I didn't know about that.
There are like 7 different like chromosomal makeups that determine a sex. So they so you can like have male genitalia, but you can have more female oriented hormones, you know. So you could be technically born as a man, but you could like more identify as feminine, you know. X, Y, and Z. You know, it fluctuates for sure. And the fact that we have an understanding like this now, and we're just ever changing, society changes, toxic masculinity should just not be a thing anymore. And we should just allow people to do whatever the fuck they want, you know?
Yeah.
Express however they want to express. Feel how they want to feel.
Yeah. If it's not infringing on rights, that's like, I'm all for it.
Yeah. I feel like, this is the land of the free. And we should just be able to be free to do whatever we want, as long as, like Gannon was saying, you're not harming somebody or infringing on anybody's rights.
Exactly.
But we have do you want to get into some original advice?
Yeah, that sounds good to me, bro.
All right, yeah, we're getting to the end of the episode, and we almost skipped right over it. Did you want to go first, or you want me to go first?
Yours is like not really a. I kind of want to do mine. I feel like mine first, then your first. But
Okay.
I'm not even like saying that. Like, I think yours is just like a more, because I feel like you get a lot of tangents off my topic, but with your topic, I feel like there's a lot of room.
Yeah, let's do it. Go
Okay.
ahead.
So my topic was simply the Mile High Club. So
Question.
it
mark?
is, yeah, the Mile High Club ? Not.
Gotcha.
It's more of a statement. I guess it's more of a topic. You know,
Okay.
because I put on mine advice / topic.
Okay.
Um,
Yeah, I also kind of did that too, but yeah.
Yeah. Sorry.
All right, go ahead. Mile High Club. Do you have any experience with it?
Do I have any experience with it? I mean, if you count like starting at like 7 a.m. sometimes, like smoking until about fucking noon, then you're mile high, because then
Oh,
you forget
yeah.
breakfast.
What? Okay, so what do you classify as mile high for like weed, marijuana intake?
What do I count as mile high?
Yeah, what do you like? How much do you have to smoke or consume to get to a point of mile high?
I mean, dude, but then it all fluctuates, because honestly, dude, if I take like 2 decent sized dabs, Smacktown 3000.
Okay.
That'd be mile high, I think. That's like one.
Well, I think
That's-
mile high is like, it should be unattainable, but not as unattainable, you know? I feel like I'm saying 3 to 4 good hits of a dab.
Oh shit.
Yeah. Because
Okay.
I mean, you get high after 2 hits, you know. I mean, you might be a little uncomfortable high, but I mean, it's a high. It's a still functional high. 3, You mix in a third one, it's like, oh, okay. Now I gotta fucking file my taxes on my calculator.
Now it's a party.
Now it's a party, like, no more TurboTax, bro. I gotta do this shit by hand.
Right. I gotta do this with a fucking scribe, dude.
I gotta do this with a scribe, bro. I gotta carry the 1 plus the 2, if you know what I mean.
Dude, I can't even find the 2, bro.
It's a mile, not 2.
Dude, where's my car?
Where's my car? Wait a minute. What? Did I forget breakfast again?
That was 2 days ago.
And then you enter in the 4th dab. God damn, now you gotta go see a chiropractor.
Now you gotta buy 2, get 1 free.
Now you gotta understand what it feels like to chew 5 gum.
Now you understand that if you don't like Big Red, fuck you.
Now you gotta understand the realization that you have no maidens.
Oh, damn it. I can't think of one. Fuck.
No, you're good. I think 3 is a good place for Mile High. 4, you're definitely over it for sure. If we're talking brownies, if you eat a whole brownie, a big one, I don't know how many how many milligrams you thinking? I'm thinking like 300 milligrams.
Brownie wise? See, I don't
Like,
even know
or
about
just like
all the
edible, yeah.
See, I'm not really good at like judging milli vanillis and shit.
Okay.
I don't know. It depends on who makes them. I know somebody who's related to me who makes brownies sometimes. And those kind of smack, honestly. So I don't know.
That I don't know if I ever talked about it on the podcast, but back during my days, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
One of our homies that worked there, won't name him, but he brought in an edible one time. It was like a little frog. It was a big frog, actually. And he told me to just take half if I was going to eat it at work. And I was like, yeah, fuck that. I don't care. Like, what is it really going to do? What is it? I know. No, I should have listened. But I took the whole thing. And, usually the meme is like, oh, it's going to hit you in like 30 minutes. It's going to be, you don't feel a thing until 30 minutes. I felt it after 10 minutes. I was like, okay, I'm pretty high. I'm pretty toasty. 15 minutes. I'm like, I don't really feel good. I'm going to go to the bathroom and just kind of like chill out for a sec. 30 minutes go by. I'm on the floor of the bathroom.
Oh, nice.
Contemplating calling the police because I think I'm going to die.
Nuh-uh.
Yeah.
Dude, I think I remember you telling me this.
It was the worst high I've ever gotten. That surpasses Mile High for sure. But one little
frog.
Thought it was gonna die.
One big frog.
One big frog. It wasn't little. It was big. It was like the size of like my hand.
So one big frog, Mile High Club. So that's what the equivalent is. What we're going with.
No, it surpassed Mile High for sure. I feel like if I had half of that, I would maybe be on the outside, maybe a third of the frog. I would have been at Mile High for sure. I surpassed Mile High with that.
Yeah. Okay.
But isn't that funny? After like 45 minutes, somebody came knocking on the door, so I had to get out of the bathroom. And I just went back to work, and I messed up so many orders that day. It was so funny.
Bro.
But I felt better after that.
I wish I was there for that, my guy. Shit. I
It
mean,
was
like,
not
not
fun.
like, just to tell you it was okay, of course. And maybe chuckle, but
Somebody else there also took a whole frog. also, and
they do?
they just sat down for like an hour, like on the safe. You know how we had that safe back there?
Yeah,
They just sat down on the safe for like an hour. They did not move. I would peek over and I'd just be like high as fuck and be like, but that was also after I like almost died. So
The background debauchery that went on inside that. You call that a pot pie?
no, their pot pie slapped. I can't lie.
Bro, I remember those end nights, bro. You get out there with them fucking buckets. We get those like boxes though. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
They'd be like,
Were
you guys can't eat the food. I'm like, bro, you're not about to throw $300 worth of food away right now.
No, honestly, you know how like companies would just throw away food and all that shit? Like they make sure like you do not take food home or anything, you know?
Yeah.
We did the Lord's work, and we just took whatever the fuck was left over, you know?
For our families.
For our families.
Which is still like, but if we were working there, so fuck it, you know? If you were working
Exactly.
somewhere, I think the people that were closing, like, whatever food they want to take, bro, I think that should be for anything.
Yeah, I no that is a perfect description of socialism. If you make something, you have the right to it.
Yeah. But
Doesn't that make sense?
and it would make more sense even from a corporation because they would have more incentive.
Exactly.
People, because you know what's so hard to find in a fast food restaurant? Fucking closers, dude. No one wants to fucking close.
No one does.
Especially with the ice cream machine. Fuck that ice cream machine.
Bro, that ice cream machine, I swear to God, like we should have pulled so many more McDonald's. Like, sorry, the ice cream machine broke. We did do it a lot, but not enough, I feel like.
Dude, I'll never forget on that headset, bro, coming over the headset. I was working front, you were working drive-through, and that soccer mom came through. She did her whole order of like 8 different ice creams, and you go, oh, our ice cream machine's not working.
That's you always know like when McDonald's ice cream machine was broken too, because we would get like an influx of ice cream orders at the end of the night. I was like, because then it would be like we were considering closing the ice cream machine,
Yeah.
but then you would get like, hey, McDonald's ice cream machine broke. Can I get some ice cream? I'd be like, fuck, I guess. Cause that's whack, you know. We need some more ice cream operators out there.
That's true. Or, hear me out, dollar store. Get a pint for $1.
Wendy's was over there too, so why don't they just fucking get a Frosty?
Bro, Frosties be smacking 10 times more than all of my ice
They
creams.
do be smacking. That Wendy's though was kind of sus. It had like rats and shit, and like.
Dude, that's just extra protein.
Oh, okay, well, knock yourself out.
That's what I said. I said, give me some of that rat.
God.
I eat rats for breakfast, you hear me?
I remember like at the end of my reign at that company that will not be disclosed, Wendy's was shut down like probably 20 times, like within that year, because there were just so many health problems with it. I was just like,
You know, 20 times a charm. That's what they say.
yeah, so. You know, because I mean, I haven't heard of them closing down since, you know, so maybe 20 was, you know, worked out.
They probably fired just about everybody.
Well, I mean, I feel like it can't only be the workers. It has to be like the equipment there, like keeping the food like at an adequate temperature. Cooking it has to kind of, you know, be hot. I don't know. Yeah. So Mile High Club, there's 2 parts to this. Cause we talked about the weed. Sex. You ever been to the Mile High Club?
No.
No?
It sounds like probable STDs.
Yeah, especially with how small that I haven't either. How small that bathroom is, I just feel like it's not comfortable. It's just something that you were like, we did the Mile High Club, but you just feel bad about it afterwards.
Oh, I thought it was like a. I had a totally different thought of what it was. Never mind.
What do you mean? Tell me your thought.
I thought it was like for like, it was a secret club for like rich billionaires to like get on a fucking jet with a bunch of like, I'm trying I'm trying to think of a word that doesn't sound derogatory.
Sex workers.
Sex work. That's what it was. That's what it was. I'm sorry. I literally could not think of it. I thought it was. Yeah.
But yeah, you think it was just billionaires hiring sex workers and just
Yes.
going to town?
Yeah. And then like flying in their next place.
Well, you never heard the stories of like Ricky down the block being like, "Yeah, me and my girl, we did the Mile High Club, haha."
No. Not really.
Oh, it was always in movies. I always heard about it in movies. That's how I knew about it. And then, yeah, It's just like you go to the airport when you're at the highest altitude of the plane. You go to the bathroom with your lady, but discreetly, obviously, and you just have sex in the bathroom.
Oh, dude, I definitely. If I was like with somebody, fuck yeah, I'd be down.
You think so? You ever?
Oh,
like,
fuck yeah, dude. I see.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. See, like if I'm with someone, bro, fuck it, dude. Elevator, wherever, bro, down.
But okay.
I'm just saying, dude, that's awesome. That would be sweet.
But no, you know how small those bathrooms are, though? I just feel like
Yeah.
it's not, like, fun. I feel like it just wouldn't be fun sex, you know?
I think it'd be okay.
I think it'd be all right.
I think it'd be all right with me. Come on, man. All you need
Have
is
you
like
ever-
two people wide. Fuck it.
Have you ever, like, gone poop in an airplane?
See, I can't say I have.
I don't think I have either. I think I've tried before, but I just couldn't. Something about, like, how it just, like, gets sucked out from the, like,
I mean, I would sit
plane.
down to like smoke, but that's pretty much it.
You can smoke in the bathroom?
Not like smoke, but I just hit my vape a couple times.
I'm telling.
Go ahead. Actually, I would do it in my seat too. I put it in my sleeve, hold it in, and on the floor.
Ladies and
But-
gentlemen, that's what having a nicotine dependence.
Addiction looks like. Yeah, that's full on. Yeah, that's what it looks like.
Are you still like smoking the smoke?
Actually today, I did in the morning a little bit, but I switched to gum. I'm kind of like trying to wean myself off of it slowly.
Hell yeah, man.
Yeah, that's what.
Yeah,
Because it's gonna kill me.
smoking's not good for you. Yeah, it's not good.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I already smoke other stuff, so why not?
Well,
Quit
that comes
this
from
and,
the
like-
earth.
I know. That's what I'm saying. If I focus on that more, I heard someone quit by just continuously. See, I can't habitually just sit there all day do that.
I've
some days.
always I'm just so proud of myself. Whenever I need to quit a bad habit, I don't want to brag or anything, but I'm able to quit something cold turkey with like no issue.
Damn, that's nice.
Yeah, I know. I don't think I have like an addictive like personality.
Yeah, that's.
And there's
I mean,
nothing
like,
against it, you know.
Are
It's
you?
just,
Do you know any family members that have like dependencies?
my parents, they smoked like my entire childhood. And I think that also helped. I saw like how they were just unhealthy, and I could see it, and I was just like, I never want to be like that, but eventually it took both of them like 3 to 5 years to quit smoking.
You'll be like, that's like the toughest one.
I know. Yeah.
Everything else, man, I can like semi do well.
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes I get stuck, but
Yeah.
But nicotine's like the one where I'm like, fuck, bro.
Well, they just put all those chemicals in cigarettes and stuff, and it literally is just meant to be there to get you addicted to it. There's no other reason to have all the chemicals in it except to like keep you addicted. It's just I think that's just like the biggest thing for me. Also, the fact that I have no problem with people like smoking pure tobacco, but the fact that there's just so much chemicals in a cigarette, it just turns me off. I would absolutely smoke tobacco, like hookah. Isn't hookah tobacco?
No, not pure tobacco.
Oh, what is
Hashish.
it? Hashish.
Hashish, I think it's how it's pronounced. Hashish?
What?
Hashish?
What is that? Is it not tobacco? It's just like a cousin.
I think it's like tobacco type beat, but with other shit in it.
Like what are we talking? Other stuff like
I have no
paprika,
idea.
oregano.
Probably something like that.
Hopefully it's not paprika. That should be spicy.
I went through a chop phase before. You ever heard of a chop?
What is that?
It's like where you have a bong and then like you put some weeds in it, and then above that you put tobacco.
Oh, I heard of that. That just sounds like
Pain.
Yeah,
is what it is.
Yeah,
It is.
That just sounds like back alley type stuff, you know.
Oh, I mean that's like what I am. So, but so fucking.
They call me back alley Johnny.
Essentially, back alley Billy, dog.
Back alley Billy. Back alley Billy coming at you live.
TUE. But yeah, dude, I would just like I would wake up, bro. This is during the pandemic. Lots of pain during the pandemic of like my heart and shit. So then I would like take it to the next level, and I'd be like 7 a.m. pain. You know what I want more of? I want some more pain, bro. You know, I go on the balcony and I would just like load up my chop. Be lightheaded and high, and then fucking have like mad chest pain, and kind of almost suffocate for about 10 seconds, and then Blastoise, best high of your life.
Yeah, I tobacco high was always just it was a fun like ooh, and then after 10 seconds it's like okay, my body.
But when you combine them, because it's like a spliff, but it's like a blaster spliff.
It's like a Blastoise spliff.
It's like you smoke a whole spliff in like 2 seconds.
Have you seen this is off topic, but have you seen those people like smash or pass Pokemon?
Yeah.
Have you
It's
seen the
usually,
ones where it's like realistic kinda? Like they make them sexy?
No. Stop.
I'll send you a video of it, and
No.
I kinda want. Hey guys, if we hit 15 Patreons, me and Gannon will smash and pass these drawings.
I'm not.
No, you don't want to?
I don't know.
Come on,
Actually,
man.
you know what? I'll give it a fucking whirl. Let's see if we get down with it.
Yeah, I mean, you can just say pass for all of them, but I mean, we'll know your real intentions.
Yeah, you can tell by the little flicker in my eyes.
Yeah. You can see the eyebrow move like, oh shit, hold on.
God damn, you two looking thick.
Miko, shut up.
Yeah, Miko.
God, dude.
Unless you're saying smash or pass, bro, get the fuck out.
Yeah, he's just saying fucking, I hate white people. God, Miko, what the hell?
Miko.
Yeah, I know. Way to be a racist. No, I'm just kidding. Miko's a saint. He would never do that except for blow up a children's hospital. God, did you see the fucking 4 o'clock news last night?
Wait, was that a real thing?
Yeah, he blew up a children's hospital.
Miko did?
Yeah.
Why you have him?
Huh?
Get rid of him.
No, he's cute. He's fine.
But the children, Chase. The children.
I know it's bad. We don't tolerate that behavior, but I mean, I don't know.
I knew that little Monopoly looking fuck. I'm just kidding.
No, fuck the
He's like a
Monopoly
conductor.
guy too. Yeah, he has a mustache. If you guys never seen my cat, he's got a
Yeah,
mustache.
dude, he's got a mustache, bro. He's like a little distinguished cat.
He's a little puffball. He's so cute.
He's distinguished.
But he does execute terrorist attacks every second Thursday of the month.
Every second Thursday?
Yeah, it's kind of weird.
So
Yeah,
there's
he
no
doesn't like
there's no Counter-Strike?
no, because he attacks at random places in the world. It's kind of weird. It's
It's like a fucked up
Yeah.
Carmen Sandiego.
but a cat.
It's a cat, and it's a terrorist. But it's Carmen Sandiego.
He's a lovely terrorist.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But do you have anything else with the Mile High topic?
No.
Okay. Let's go into my topic. I only got one sent in by the lovely. Should I say his name?
What's it start with? Who is he? Fuck.
Hey, he's been on the podcast. Yeah, Adrian.
Yeah. You know it.
Okay. He asked how to dismantle the IRS from the inside. So we were actually talking about taxes earlier in this podcast. I don't know if you were here for that, Gannon, but do you have any thoughts on this?
How to take them out from the inside. First of all, you gotta have to do the grunt work, become an auditor.
Mm-hmm.
So then you could actually have like the outside access, but to get to the inside, you're probably gonna have to, a couple of guys, and then, but they're just tax collectors, so it's fine. They're not people. I'm just kidding.
They're not people. God. Oh shit.
But so I don't really know, because I feel like the IRS is like almost like the Queen of England. Like, is it real? I don't know.
Throwback.
Is it real? I don't know, dude.
All right, let me put in my 2 cents. We were just talking about how my cat's a terrorist. All you have to do is walk into an IRS building and bring my cat. Tell you that.
Okay.
I am in no way insinuating that we would actually do anything to an IRS building. This is just a disclaimer. Do not sue us or send
the
anybody
workers,
here.
Different. That's a different topic, though. The workers there, different topic.
No, they're just like you
mean?
and me. They're just looking for a paycheck,
But the paychecks like are money.
Well, no, but it's not a lot. They don't make that much money. Like people that work,
Which is even
at the
worse.
IRS. I know.
They're just signing up to do it for fucking free.
I don't think they're signing up to do it for free. They're doing it because it's a job.
Okay, what person like goes through their life and seriously looks at themselves and goes, "Dude, I want to be a tax auditor."
No, I mean,
dude.
Nobody goes through their life saying, I want to be a tax auditor. It just is a job, Just like how anything else is.
But I feel like you need some kind of special qualifications.
No, there are certain levels of the IRS that don't need college education. Because you're just like, sometimes it's just going through paperwork. Sometimes it's just like checking emails, running the website, because they have a lot of different avenues that go. They have HR at the IRS, like it's just but the thing is, I think is what he's trying to talk about is the higher ups at the IRS.
That's where it gets tricky.
Yeah, that those people they absolutely went into the IRS and like, I want to fuck over poor people.
Yeah, and those guys. I'm just kidding. Or am I?
No.
I don't know.
The thing is, the reason why the IRS audits poor people over like richer people, the people with more money and probably break more laws and don't file their taxes correctly, it's because it costs so much money and like lawyer fees and just like trying to fight an audit for a rich person who can pay very expensive lawyers and legal teams to fight against an audit. So that's why like the IRS only targets poor people, because the poor people just can't fight back in any way.
Unless we use our hands.
Well, I mean, you can physically assault an IRS agent, but at the end of the day, you still gotta pay the tax.
Yeah. Yo, fuck all this celebrity boxing, bro. Fuck all this. Give me a Subway coupon and I'll fight Jeff Bezos, bro. We'll start off with boxing, bro, for fucking Subway sandwiches, and then they have to give up half their shit, gladiator style.
Exactly. I think that's how it should work. I feel like you should instead of celebrity boxing, we do celebrity boxing extreme, where just random employees at the companies that they work for, they have to fight their boss.
Dude, I'd be too down. They used to do that in the Navy. My grandpa actually, fun fact, he boxed one of his captains before.
He boxed Hitler?
one of his captains? How did you possibly? I mean, I wit. That'd be so sweet. Especially if you beat his ass.
Yeah.
Can you imagine if my grandpa was like the guy that beat fucking Hitler's ass? That'd be so.
No, what if that's how it was? Like instead, like the history books say Hitler killed himself in a bunker. What if he actually didn't? But he was just like kind of like there, just being like, "Hey guys, what's up? I made waffles, Belgian," and like the U.S. like army people just did a whole boxing ring with Hitler. Hitler had no consent into it because he's Hitler. He just kind of got what he deserved, but they probably just fucked his ass up, literally and physically.
Yeah,
if you know what I mean.
That is just funny to think about, like an egomaniac. Never mind. Is it justice? We don't know. And then, but I just think it's so cool that they do shit like that. And then we should do that now. Not Subway sandwiches. I take back my original thing. I want Chili's gift cards for my friends. If you do it, I'll box anybody. I don't care.
When's the last time you had Chili's?
A minute, bro. Have you seen these prices? I'm just kidding. But it's been a minute. I mean, yeah. I love Chili's, dude. They got the cheap drinks.
They got the bloomin' onion, right?
Oh, that onion is blooming.
It's like a joke because there's a Chili's right next to the King Supers that we always shop at, you know. And we always pass by it after we're done, and I'm like, "Hey, you want to go to Chili's for lunch?" And Charlotte's like, "No, why would we do that?" I was like, "Well, Chili's is humble. They know they aren't high class."
I love Chili's. It's in fucking... Well, yeah, they know that. It's literally in fucking Talladega Nights.
Yeah. Well, everything... That's what I hate about, like, chain restaurants now, though. Everything's microwaved. I feel like it wasn't like that, like, when we were kids. But now everything is microwaved.
I used to... Like, for some reason, I feel like Frisch's isn't the same, bro.
No, I think there was, like, a shift that happened. Maybe it was after, like, the recession in 2008, because I feel like that might have been a reason why ingredients across the board just got shittier. They just needed to cut prices. They weren't able to like grow stuff locally because it was too expensive.
You know what it is? People can't smoke cigarettes inside. I'm just kidding. I'm just totally kidding. Do you remember Do you remember non-smoking and smoking sections growing up?
Yeah, absolutely.
That's insane. We lived we were there. That happened. I was
always in the smoking section because my parents smoked.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Oh my god.
We went to I mean, bro.
Times were different.
Times were different. Like, I think they knew the effects of smoking, but I don't know. But love you, mom and dad. Now I have lung cancer.
It's just, I mean, I've been drinking coffee since I was 4.
Really?
Yeah, that's the truth. Like, bro, I love my great grandma was a woman of science. That's who took care of me. Like my great grandma, my great grandpa, at first, and they took care of me a lot. It was like, it's a long story, back and forth between mom and dad, great grandma, and but my grandma, I love her to death. She's so cool. But she would literally like have a thermos of coffee. She'd have her coffee, and then I'd have a thermos, like a little like Batman thermos next to hers with coffee.
Yeah. Well, hell yeah. It was like coffee.
Yeah, but like you wonder why I have such a dependency now. This is deeply rooted.
I used to be so scared of coffee because there was like that thing where it was like it would stun your growth if you would drink coffee as a kid. So I would have a fear of coffee until I was like in high school. I started drinking coffee more regularly, and I just love it. I can't go a day without having coffee.
Same. Well, I mean, I can't. I almost can't go a couple hours awake without it.
Really?
I'm just kidding. I've went down to like 2 cups a day, probably. That's not, it used to be like a whole pot.
I would have 1 to 3 cups every day.
That's just so good.
It is good.
Bro, I go to gas. I I almost called it Gaslight again. Ghost Light Coffee, bro.
Yeah?
Ghost Light Coffee.
You went
dude.
there?
Dude, I went there. I go there quite like I don't know, maybe once a week, bro.
Nice.
It's so good. Like I know you brought it up when we were here, and I wish we would have went because, dude, like I had lavender coffee for the first time in Ohio. I used to be able to get it in Arizona.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't think that was a thing out here yet.
Yeah,
Bro.
we're always behind.
Dude, I know. Bro, I wore shorts to the gym. Not like short shorts, but like relatively short for like, knee high and one Midwest style.
Those Dixie cuts.
I mean, like, they get quite a bit up the thigh, but
Okay.
I was comfortable. Bro, I can't tell you how many people I made uncomfortable. And I'm like, you guys just aren't here yet. Out west, like, people have these up to like their groins now. You got to catch up, my guys. But that's life, Sorry about that, guys. We just had some technical difficulties. We don't know what happened.
Oh
just
my
yet.
god, maybe it was the Epstein shit. Maybe this fucking FBI agent in our shit tapped us and is trying to stop our recording.
I don't like to think like that.
Okay, well, that's scary, actually. Well, anyways, guys, yeah, we ran into some random technical difficulties, and that's weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Chase, if whatever happens, man, love you. We went down swinging. We should definitely post this before
Yes.
that shit happens.
Absolutely.
So then they got it. Can't stop us then, baby.
Yeah. Just for a random disclosure, I'm not depressed. I've never had any suicidal thoughts. I love my life and my family. If I would never take my own life for any reason, absolutely not. Just putting that out there.
Me, different case. Fuck. Goddamn. You probably would believe it. That's fine. I loved you anyways.
I'll testify
I still
for
do.
Gannon. If he ever kind of just slips the knot, if you know what I mean, it wasn't him.
Yeah. Wasn't me. It
Hey
was
guys,
the CIA.
Yeah. We're not saying names. We would never.
Oh, yeah.
We would never, just assume something
That's
like
true.
that would happen. But
Yeah, I just throw out random letters all the time. NYC, YMCA,
LOL.
NASA, LMAFAO, RARXD.
But anyways, guys, like Gannon was saying, we love you. We hope for the best, and we hope that one day the revolution will come to fruition.
Mm-hmm. And quickly for peacetime and prosperity for everyone.
Yeah. But anyways, guys, we have the podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and YouTube. Go check us out there. We also have the Patreon. Link will be in the bio as always. We love you. My name was Chase.
And I am, and will always be Gannon, even if the CIA kills me.
Peace out. Bye.
Peace.
This might be our final goodbye.